What's up, good people? What's up, good people? It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., coming to you from the lab on this Think Different Thursday. Y'all know what we do on Thursday. We think differently as entrepreneurs, as leaders. We don't think like everybody else. So today is no different. Y'all know what we've been doing all week long. We've been talking about the miseducation of womanhood, 5 traits of a woman. We've been talking about what makes a woman. Last week we talked about just be a man about it. We talked about manhood mastery, who we are as men. This week we're doing the same thing from a woman's looking at women, and we're going down the list. I've been going down the list all week. This week we've been talking about a woman is someone who understands her worth, has vision, someone who's organized. She's organized. She's mature. Today we're going to be talking about being accountable. A real woman is someone who holds herself accountable for her actions, holds herself accountable for the decisions that she makes or doesn't make. And we have to understand, ladies, y'all probably won't like me again today because I'm gonna tell the truth. And looking when we look at society today, and we look at a lot of the things that are going on, when we really look at it, I'm going to ask the ladies this. Do you really think that women in general hold themselves accountable? And I'm going to make it even more specific because as my discipleship leader used to always tell us, is to make it personal. Draw it down even deeper to say, are you are you someone who holds yourself accountable? Are you a woman that holds yourself accountable for what you do? Because at the end of the day, that's what makes our character what it is. You have character. You have, as we talked about before, your character, your character, how you treat people, and the way that you carry yourself is going to go a long way when it comes to how people see you, think about you, and even when you're not around, how they talk about you. That's the true measure of a man. That's the true measure of a woman, is what people think about you, what people say about you when you're not around, and then what you think about how you are when others aren't around. What are the things that you do? You know, and like I mentioned earlier, and I've been talking about this last week, well, specifically this week, because now I'm into the second part of this series or whatever with manhood and womanhood, about the thing called womanhood, and how we tend to want to be, how we want society to see us versus how we are in true life. And a lot of people, and I hear this, people think that they can act one way on social media, and that doesn't mean anything. That's just social media. That's just YouTube. That's not. And they tend to say, and even on Clubhouse when you listen to women talk, that's in real life. What does that mean to me? And I've heard a lot of folks say that. So, what is in real life? So you mean to tell me that talking on social media, whether it's Clubhouse, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Facebook Live, that's not real life? And we have this misconception that we're this alternate or alternative personality, and not realizing that, yes, when you're on these platforms, it's real life. Ladies, it's real life. It's real life. When you when all that you're doing is taking pictures of your body parts, or when you're on social media and the only thing that you can talk about or be about is about money, cars, houses. What is that saying? And then when someone pulls your coattail about it, you have a problem with it. Or they call you out on a way that you treated someone. And you say, no, that's not what I meant. That's not what I said. And I'm going to go to this, because, and I'm going to talk to this because it does go to accountability. And I don't like talking about stuff that everybody else is talking about, but this is a true example, and everybody's probably seen it, or I know people have seen it. Of course, Michael B. Jordan has a movie coming out called Creed 3. But as he was doing the recovery, and I think I mentioned this the other day, he has an interview that he's doing with a young lady that he went to high school with. Well, evidently, this young lady was one of the people that used to tease him in high school, and they called him names. Excuse me. They called him names. In addition to probably saying other things, they didn't go into detail about, and he didn't need to go about what they called him. But when he mentions what she used to do, which was call him corny, she was like, she was misquoted. That's not what she was saying. And then she even tried to go even further with it and say, no, we weren't making fun of you. We were making fun of your name. Now, since when has been named after one of the most famous people in the world, Michael Jordan, been something that's funny to make fun of, or even considered corny? I've never understood it. And she didn't want to admit that, hey, yeah, I was kind of young and stupid, or young and crazy. I didn't know no better. She couldn't even say that. And of course, she's not going to say that in an interview that she's getting with now Michael B. Jordan, because that 12-year-old, 13-year-old boy that came to class with his headshots is now one of the biggest movie stars in Hollywood, and I believe, and I'm not sure, it was voted one of the sexiest men in the world, something like that. So now she all of a sudden is in front of the same young boy that she went to school with, that has now become this superstar, and now you can't even admit it, be accountable for the actions that you did back then, and say, you know what, yeah, that was me. It was stupid, and then continue with the interview. And we have to understand that, yes, words matter. How we treat someone matters. That goes to what I was saying about our character. Your character, your how you treat someone, that matters. And you can't just act as if it didn't happen. You can't act as if, that's not something that, and I was watching an interview too yesterday with Master P. And there's evidently, there's a young lady that was saying that she didn't get paid the full amount of money that she was owed when she was doing, I guess, one of his movies and everything. And he tried to blow it off like, that was well, how you bring that up now? I'm no longer in that space. That was years ago. But it was like, no, that is what you did. So we have to be accountable for what happens. If you have to be accountable for our word. If we say we're going to do something, then we do it. If we say we're going to be somewhere, then we be honorable and do that. So, ladies, are you being honorable in when you won't hold yourself accountable? And I know that y'all want men to hold other men accountable. And here's the thing. Do you all hold other women accountable? I'm going to say that again. You all want us men to hold each other accountable, but do you all hold each other accountable as women? And then do you hold yourself accountable for the things that you say you're going to do or the way that you act? Like I said, I could go right now to my news feed on maybe not Facebook as much, but Facebook too. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and what we'll see is, to me, women or ladies that want to act any kind of way and then say, hey, I can do what I want to do. I can be who I want to be. Absolutely you can. Do you. But understand there's an accountability that comes with that. You can't just be one way and then, or do things, and then the actions that you get, or the reactions that you get from that, you don't have any control over. You can only control your actions, not the reaction to it. So we have to be accountable for what it is that we say or what we do, and it's just so many things that I can't. I've been the last 2 weeks, especially since I've been doing this. I've seen things on YouTube, and people put stuff up that I kind of respond to, and we as don't we as individuals, and I'm talking to y'all ladies this week because, like I said, I dealt with the men last week. When we say things or when we do things, we have to realize that it's going to prompt certain reactions from people, some positive, some negative. We're going to do things, and we got to remember this things that we do on the internet are forever. They don't go anywhere. They will forever be out there. So please understand, ladies, that I forgot TikTok as well. The things that you do on TikTok, the things that you do on Instagram, the things that you do on Facebook, those are things that will not go away. Those are things that your children are going to see, that your grandchildren will see, your nieces, your nephews will see. So we have to think about what it is that we're doing. And is this the way in which we want people to see us? Are any of us perfect? Absolutely not. I'll be the first to say that. But are there things that we have to think about before we, when we make those decisions? I've been talking about that all week too. When we make decisions, when we do things. Talked about yesterday, is this going to be the decisions that I make? Am I organized to the point where where it's going to get me to where I want to be 5 years from now? How are you holding yourself accountable? That's today. That's what we're talking about today. On this Think Different Thursday. What are you going to do today to hold yourself accountable? What are you going to do today to say, hey, I owe somebody a phone call? or I said I was gonna to do this for someone, and I do it. We've got to be accountable. We've got to be accountable. That's the word for today, y'all. How are you holding yourself accountable for what it is that you want to do and be? Holding yourself accountable. You say you wanna be the movie star. What are you willing to do in order to be able to be that? You say you wanna eat healthier. What are you doing to do that? You say you want to lose 20 pounds. What are you doing to do that? Holding yourself accountable, but then and that's important too, to have someone in your space that can hold you accountable. Accountability partner. That's one of the things that you can do in order to be able to hold yourself accountable. You say you want to read 30 books, 35 books, 50 books. How are you holding yourself accountable to do that? Ladies, a real woman takes accountability. She holds herself accountable. She holds herself accountable for the things that she wants to achieve and do. She holds herself accountable for how she treats people. She holds herself accountable for her character. A woman holds herself accountable for her actions and doesn't just blow it off and say, yeah, well, that was just what it was. Move on. Being accountable is part of the characteristics, your character, how you treat someone. Accountability is part of your integrity. Accountability is part of how you treat people. Character, integrity, and how you treat people. Hold yourself accountable. And you should be one of those friends that hold someone else accountable as well. Just like they hold you accountable, you should want to hold them accountable. That's what that circle of impact is about. So that's what I want you to do. This Think Different Thursday. We think differently. Leaders hold themselves accountable first. Entrepreneurs, we hold ourselves accountable for where it is that we want to take our business. Let's be accountable today. It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr. We're going to finish this out tomorrow, y'all. I told y'all last week, we've got to get the language right, as Dr. King said. Let's get the language right. Make sure that we're doing what it is that we say we want to do. Because we've got to get this manhood thing right. We've got to get this womanhood thing right. It's about womanhood mastery for y'all this week, ladies. Womanhood mastery. Are you mastering what womanhood is? I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Have a great day.